Well, it looks like we do have a title race on our hands over in La Liga, as only 2 points separate top from third. Who's going to come out on top? We'll take a little look next. That's right, folks. Back once again with another show today. We're taking a match number 31 over in La Liga, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, where the heck you been, boys? Smash your subscribe and get hang out all things Blackburn Rovers related, La Liga related. Whoa, football related. Under Ruski, that's right, of course. Yes, Atletico Madrid just they're dropping points like it's hot as they complete. They just want to throw away the title, giving the hope to, of course, Real Madrid and Barcelona. We'll take a look at, of course, the situation in just a second. Of course, a big shout out to the VIPs. We're talking about the Patreons. Thank you for your continued support, boys and girls. I do appreciate it, guys. And if anyone else wants to jump in and help us out over on the Patreon, check out that link down below. But anyway, let's crack on and take a look at how we all got on last round over in La Liga. Here we go. Kicking all off with, of course, Huesca. They took on Elche. That was on Friday the 9th of April. 3-1 win for Huesca. Rafa Mir on the score sheet with a couple of goals there. Sandro Ramirez as well. Dennis Varchovo getting a big fat OG, giving Elche some hope, but unfortunately not good enough for them. 3-1 for them. 1-0 for me. Not too shabby. Getafe did lose Cadiz. David Timo with a big fat OG, giving Cadiz the 3 points on the road. Actually, with the 2-1 for Getafe, so shame on me. Atlético Bilbao, they drew with Alavés, 0-0 in the end. Nothing to report here. Actually went with Bilbao on this one, but unfortunately I got it wrong. Eibar, they did lose to Levante, 1-0 loss there. Goal from coming from Jorge de Frutos, giving the goals for Levante, giving them the win as well. Of course, good season for them. 2-0 for me as well. Of course, El Clasico ended up as a 2-1 win for Madrid. Of course, Karim Benzema, of course, Toni Kroos as well. Oscar Meninguenza getting go for Barcelona, but of course not good enough. Casemiro got himself sent off though to make the matter a little bit spicy at the end. But of course, Madrid held on with the win. 2-1, 2-2 for me. Not too shabby. Villarreal though, they did lose to Osasuna in the end. 2-1 win. John Macaulay on the score sheet, of course, Osasuna. Anthony Budimir as well, giving the goals to Osasuna. David Garcia with a big for OG, giving Villarreal a hope, but no good there. A big loss that for Villarreal. 2-2-1 loss that. Osasuna actually won Villarreal as well. Valencia against Sociedad, and it was a 2-2 draw in this one. Goals from Daniel Was and Gabriel Paluista. Maxi Gomez got himself sent off for Valencia. And Huerevia and Alexander Isak on the score sheet, because for Sociedad in a 2-2 draw. Actually won the 1-0 with Valencia, but unfortunately I was wrong. Valladolid, they lost to Granada, a big week for them as well. Giorgio Molina, Queenie on the score sheet, of course, Granada. Fabian Orellina on the score sheet, of course, Valladolid in a 2-1 loss. 2-0 for me, not too bad. Betis, Atlético Madrid was a 2-1 win in my eyes. 1-1 draw, though, was the final score. Probably bigger point for Betis, massive point. In fact, Christian Trello as well. Yannick Carrasco giving Atlético Madrid the lead, but unfortunately they couldn't hold on. And a bit of a 7-goal thriller at the end there in favour of Sevilla. 4-3 win. Actually, one of the 2 to win myself. Goals coming from Jules Koundé, Fernando, Ivan Rakitic, of course, Pablo Gomez getting the goals for, of course, Sevilla in a 4-3 win for them. Meanwhile, Celta Vigo, Igor Aspas with a couple of goals there. Perez Mendes as well, giving Celta Vigo a bit of hope, but unfortunately not good enough. 2-0 for me. As you see, I did 4 out of 10, which is pretty shite. Of course, the table looks like this. Atletico Madrid lead the charge by 1 point. Real Madrid are in second. Of course, we have 1 point clears over Barcelona. Goodness gracious me, how has it come to this? Sevilla not really out of the woods either. Of course, a couple of wins for them, and of course, a couple of defeats for the top. Will give them a bit of hope. Of course, Real Madrid, Real Sociedad in 5th, and Betis in 6th, with Villarreal in 7th, with their own race for, of course, the Europa League, or whatever you want to call it these days. Elche, Alavés, and Eibar going down at the moment, of course, but you can't rule out Huesca, Valladolid, or maybe even Getafe to get sucked into that as well. Of course, let's take a look at your picks then. Here we go. You know the deal. Bish bash bosh, bish bash boosh. Of course, I'm Stringer did good. James, please see you. Great, you did poop though. Imagine Money also did okay. Sami Adu not too bad. He actually did shite. Yannick Seifert also did okay. Robert also did good. Jamie Chai did poop. Yeah, Kim Nungare, he's okay. AJ24 also did poop. Shane O'Donnell though smashed it. Absolutely well done. Of course, Barcelona also did great poop. Tom Stein also did shite. Of course, John Fallu, he did shite. Of course, look at George did bits. Hansworth also did alright. Russell Frost, well done to you, brother. Of course, Matt Gunner also did very well. Bobby Abraham, not too bad. Of course, Real Madrid Operation also did very well. Vetsanong did bits. Ultra well done to you, did shite, mate. Alex Weller also did crap. Kevin Tran also did poop. And Yana Bosta did bits. Kevin Devante Caprice also did alright. And Costas K, he's okay. What about the table? Have a look at it. Kevin Tran, Ultra Omirat, AJ24 had nightmares. Don't even look at it. As, of course, Frosty leads the charge with 7 points on the agenda. Mario Hayman in second. Of course, Levante Caprice also in the woods as well. Let's take a look at the situation out the table. Of course, the big table, the main table. Who is your kingpin? Well, it is, of course, your main man, Imagine Monday, of course, with a 20-point clearance over Oma Esquivel. Of course, we know why. But we can't really point fingers just yet because we need to wrap up the season. Of course, 20 points clearance at the moment. So let's cut his internet and see what happens then. So a lot of points still on the agenda. Of course, kicking all off with some points this coming week. Only 8 matches this week, so we're playing a bit of catch up later on. So we'll kick it all off with Osasuna up against Elche. Let's get into this one then, shall we? Of course, players of the last 6, 1 win apiece, of course, and 4 draws between 2 sides, including a draw last time around in Osasuna back in, of course, August 2018 in the second division. Goals coming from David Garcia with a red card, Juan Villian and Sori Caraba on the score sheet, of course, for the respective side. Elche, though, failing to win 23 last 25 matches in La Liga. Osasuna have actually failed to score in the last 4 home matches as well, heading into this. Of course, coming into this, what are we looking at here? Osasuna without a defeat in 4, just 1 win though in the past 5 as well. As for the opposition, Elche without a win in at least 5 games as well, 3 defeats and 2 draws to boot in that cluster. Meanwhile, look at the bookies odds on this one. Osasuna 11-10 on for the victory, 12-5 is your draw, 3-1 is your, of course, your Elche. Elche coming to this, they're in 18th as a relegation zone, but with them they can move up to 16th, whereas their opposition, Osasuna, all the way up to 14th at the moment, but with them they can move into the top half. That's 10th, boys, that's 10th. We're going to go with the 1-1 for Osasuna, of course, another good season on the agenda for them. Next up, we have a fruity one. It is Sociedad up against Sevilla. Players of the last 6, nothing for Sociedad, 4 for Sevilla, and 2 draws. Last time round in Sociedad was a 0-0 draw back in July 2020. Also, players of this season in Sevilla was a 3-2 win for Sevilla back in Jan. Of course, Sevilla undefeated in the last 5 matches in La Liga. They came into this winning 4 of the past 5. Of course, the only hiccup was a draw against Valladolid. Meanwhile, Sociedad without a win in 4, but picking up 2 draws and 2 defeats to boot. As for the bookies odds on this one, we have Sociedad 9-5 for the victory, 11-5 is draw, 31-20 is your Sevilla. Sevilla coming to this in, of course, 4 for a win for them. They could move up to closer in on 3rd. Of course, Sociedad in 5th and win for them. They can close it in on 5th or 4th, should I say. 2-1 win for Sevilla on this one. Unfortunately, my team will lose this one. 3 points to the back of Sevilla to maybe just make a late push for the top 3 then. Alavés up against Huesca. Let's get into this one then, shall we? Players of the last 6, 3 wins apiece, no draws. Last time around in Alavés was a 2-1 win for Huesca. That was in a friendly. However, last time players of the in Alavés in the league was a 2-1 win for Alavés back in, of course, November 2018. Goal scorers on the day: Johnny Ruben Sobrino on the score sheet, giving Alavés the win. Moy Gomez getting the goal for Huesca back in the day. Also, players though his season in Huesca back in December this calendar season. Of course, Deportivo Alavés failing to win the last 8 matches in La Liga. Coming to this though, 3 games unbeaten. That's Huesca picking up 2 wins and a draw to boot. As for Alavés, without a win in at least 6 games. Look at the bookies odds on this one. What are we looking at? Alavés 11-8 for the victory, 11-5 is your Huesca, 21-10 is your draw. Huesca, of course, up to 16th at the moment, and win for them they can move up to 15th. Alavés are in the drop zone into 19th at the moment, but a win for them they can move up to 16th. Of course, it's very, very tight at the foot of the table. I'm going to go with a draw on this one, which will put Alavés in more trouble than Huesca. We do have the leaders up against Eibar, must-win game for of course, Atlético Madrid. Lose this, and I think it's over. Of course, played to the last 6, 3 for Atlético Madrid, 1 for Eibar, 2 draws last time around in Madrid. Was, of course, 3-2 win for Madrid back in September 2019. João Felix, Vitolo, and Thomas Partey on the score sheet, giving Madrid the win. Charles Anatas Arribela on the score sheet, of course, Eibar, and 3-2 win for Atlético Madrid. Also, though, this season in Eibar was a 2-1 win for Madrid back in, of course, January 2020. Madrid, though, undefeated in the 35 last 38 matches in La Liga. Was Eibar actually failed to win the last 13 matches as well. However, when you look at this, just 1 win in the past 5 games for Atlético Madrid in all competitions. Of course, that one was against Deportivo Alavés, of course, losing to the likes of Chelsea in the Champions League, losing to Sevilla as well. It's not very good at the moment. As for their opposition, though, Eibar losing 4 of the past 5 games, so must win really for Atlético Madrid on this one. Bookies odds on this one, 2-5 on, or 5-2 on, should just say, for the leaders. 16-5 is your draw, 8-1 is your Eibar. They're long shots. Eibar rooted to the foot of the table. Of course, Atlético Madrid just on the top of the table by a smidgen. Need the win, they'll get the win, should they? 2-0 win in the end. Goodness gracious me. Next up, Real Betis up against Valencia. Difficult one this one as well. Players of the last 6, 2 for Betis, 3 for Valencia, 1 draw. Last time around in Betis was a 2-1 win for Betis back in, of course, November 2019. Goals coming from, who was it? Jacqueline, legend. Sergio Canales as well. Maxi Gomez on the score sheet, of course, Valencia back in the day. Also, this is in Valencia back in October, 2-0 win for Betis. Valencia, though, have actually lost the last 4 away matches in the Liga. Betis, though, undefeated in the 9 last 10 matches at home as well. They're coming to this, so just 1 defeat. In fact, 1 win in the past 4 games for Betis. That was against Levante. Meanwhile, just 1 win in the past 4 games for Valencia. That was a 2-1 win against Granada a couple of games back. Look at the bookies odds on this one. What do we have on this one? Betis coming into this 11-10 on for the victory. 13-5 is your draw. 11-4 is your away win. That's Valencia. Valencia coming to this, of course, in 13th. And win for them, they can move up to 10th. Of course, Betis are in 6th. And then win for them, they could go up to 5th. I'm going to go with Betis on this one with a 2-1 win. 3 points in the bag. Move the chains. Next up, of course, Cádiz up against Celta Vigo in the Battle of the Seas. Of course, played to the last 6. 1 for Cádiz, 5 for Celta Vigo, and no draws. Last time around in Cádiz was a 3-0 win for Celta Vigo in their Spanish Cup back in, of course, 2016. Last time the played, though, in the league, it was a 3-1 win for Cádiz back in the Segunda Division back in, of course, November 2009 goal scorers on the day were Christian on the score sheet, Fernando Ortiz, Moreno, Enrique on the score sheet, of course, Diego Tristan as well. Joselu getting one to go for, of course, Celta Vigo. Also, pleasure that this is in Celta Vigo's a 4-0 win back in, of course, December. Of course, heading into Celta Vigo, just one win the past 4 games for them. That was against Alavés. Meanwhile, back-to-back wins for Cádiz have them dreaming, of course, for an extended stay in the top flight. Cádiz 13-5 at the victory, 12-5 is your draw, 20-20 is your Celta Vigo. Celta Vigo doing well this season, up to as high as 10th. A win for them, they can move up to 8th. Cádiz, though, are doing fantabulous, up to a 12 at the moment. For them, they could go up as high as 9th in the league. I think they're going to get this as well. 1-0 win over Celta Vigo to get the 3 points. Next up, we have Getafe up against Real Madrid. Of course, must win for Real Madrid. Of course, they could go top with a win. Of course, place of the last 6. Nothing from Getafe, 5 for Real Madrid and 1 draw. Last time around in Getafe was a 3-0 win for Madrid back in, of course, January 2020. Goal scorers coming from David Soria with the big fat OG, Rafael Varane, Luka Modric on the score sheet giving Real Madrid the win. Also, picture this is in Madrid. It was a 2-0 win for Madrid back in, of course, February. Madrid winning 8 of the last 10 matches in La Liga. Also scored at least 2 goals in the last 4 matches as well. Coming into this, 5 wins on the spin from Madrid, beating the likes of Atalanta, Celta Vigo, Eibar, Liverpool, and of course Barcelona just the other day. As for Getafe, without a win in at least 5 games, picking up 3 draws and 2 defeats to boot. As for the opposition, as for the bookies' odds on this one, what do we have on this one? What do we have on this one? What do we have? There they are. 92 for Getafe, 64 on is your Real Madrid, 13-5 is your draw. Getafe currently finds themselves in 15th, and a win for them, they can move up to nowhere. They could close it in on 14th. Real Madrid, though, could go second, or they are second. They could go first with a win, and they'll get the win with a 2-0 win, of course, in the end. Next up, we have Levante, or finally, should I say, Levante up against Villarreal. Place of the last 6. 3 for Levante, 2 for Villarreal, 1 draw. Last round in Levante was in the league. It was, of course, a 2-1 win for Levante back in, of course, August 2019. Goal scorer Roger Marti with a brace. Gerard Mourinho as well for Villarreal back in the day. Also, place of the this season twice already. Of course, once in the Spanish Cup, going in favour of Levante in Levante. Meanwhile, last time place though in the league was in Villarreal, 2-1 win for Villarreal back in, of course, January 2020. Of course, heading into this though, Villarreal just 1 defeat the past 5. The 1 defeat was against Osasuna. Of course, Os for the opposition. Levante 2 wins in the past 4 games, picking up 2 wins, 2 defeats to boot. Bookies odds on this one: 12-5 is your Levante, 12-5 is your draw, 11-10 is your away win. That is, of course, Villarreal. Villarreal currently find themselves in 7th, and win for them they can move up to 5th. Levante having a good season in 9th, and win for them they can move up to 8th. Type 1 going to go with Villarreal with the 2-1 win, 3 points in the bag, and that, my friends, will be it. Of course, the table will look like this at the end of it. Of course, Real Madrid will be top by 1 point still, but of course, open up a bit of a breathing space between themselves and Barcelona, who have a game in hand. So up to 4th, of course, with the win away from going into 3rd. Betis into 5th, of course, Villarreal into 6th. As for the foot of the table, Eibar, Alavés, and Elche going down. But again, you can't rule out the likes of Getafe, Huesca, and of course, Valladolid. Of course, be sure to get your picks in. Of course, next pretty quick. We're going to have, of course, double match week next week, and of course, we'll do it all again then. Until then, give the video some love and smash the old thumbs up. Check out the links down below. I'm on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and of course, Patreon. If you want to support the channel in another way, also make sure you bang me on subscribe as well. Until then, though, I'll see you all soon for the next one. Until then, make sure you just mask up, 6 feet, and all that kind of stuff, and get your picks in. Until then.